Zoom. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today is Wednesday, February 25th. This is our Q&A for those of you that are interested in getting some more information about the Early Childhood Registry and that move, as well as the CSC Star Award. And we also have some good news if you haven't been in there lately with some additional, oops, hang on. with Seek going in there. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So I wanted to give you some visuals about how that's looking if you haven't been in there lately. Hopefully, if you do have, hopefully you are able to see the translation. If you need a translation in another language, if you can't, please let me know and I will try and send that to you directly. Um, bef- you don't have to be on camera for this session. I am recording. I will have it posted on YouTube later on today. Feel free to use the chat or come off mute and ask your questions. This is really a Q&A for you and for your staff to go over anything that you may be having questions about using the new registry, the CSC Star Award, and the different features that are located within and the move that has happened. So hopefully you can see my screen. Anybody let me know you're okay with the PowerPoint we can see? I can't see Teams anymore, so all right. Yes, thumbs up, thumbs down. Is anybody out there? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Am I talking to myself? Thank you. Okay. So today is February 25th, like I said. Let me do you. Let me see. I can. Wonderful. Thank you. Da, 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 da. Nope. Let me see. I forgot how to do that in the Spanish. Hold on. It's only giving me sharing with everybody now. I don't know. Thank you. Last time I had the ability to share just with individuals. Um, can you see the Spanish? Do you have the option to see in Spanish? Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll go through the PowerPoint. Thank you so much for your patience. Um, Not sure how else to. I don't know how else to do the Spanish to you. It should show. Hmm. I didn't have Ariel come on today with me. Whoops. Hold on. A few more people popping in. Okay. All right. So just as a reminder, the new Early Childhood Registry of Palm Beach County has moved to a new website. You should be able to change the language to Haitian Creole, I believe, within the Wordly app. I think you select the language that you want, and it should have an option for Creole. And it does translate, and I think for reading purposes. So the registry has moved to a new website, registry.earlylearningpbc.org. If you haven't been there yet, please take a moment and go in and we'll talk about creating your account. Within the registry is the CSC Star Award application. And the new feature just this week is Seek Scholarship. Seek Scholarship is now also located within the new registry website, registry.earlylearningpbc.org. And I will try. So currently the registry cannot send MFA codes to Outlook emails. Oh, that's something I didn't know. And I did see Scott on here somewhere um, from CSC. Scott, did you think you can grab that and let them know?
Yes, I will make them aware, but until then, if you do enter your cell phone number, you'll get the MFA through that. So
Okay.
that one seems to work better than email for some reason, but I'll make them aware.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Great. Good. See, makes a village. All right. Okay, so when you go to registry.earlylearningpbc.org and you click to sign up, if you haven't done so, the website looks like this. This is the new website. You will sign up, entering your email address and creating your password, your first name, last name, date of birth, and your mobile phone number. Um, that will allow your account to get created. Ideally, you will use this. If you had an old registry account, you're using the same information from your old registry account, and that will then link your files. If something in your old registry was not created properly or you use a different name, it's possible that your accounts won't merge. And in that case, we would ask that you reach out to us so that if you know you had an old registry file, that you can let us know and we will merge your account so that we can get you set up. Um, okay, that's that. Now, when you get into the new registry, it is going to look pretty similar on the main landing page, but when you click on Professional Portal, the blue button or from the top, you will now see an option for the Seek Scholarship as well as upcoming training sessions. So Palm Beach State College's trainings that used to be listed on the old registry website will now start to come into this website. And this is where the staff will go to sign up for any upcoming trainings from Palm Beach State College, which includes the HEO courses. So you'll start to see that. It's brand new this week. So applicants are able to submit a Seek Scholarship application now through the website as we start to work out those kinks, but it is available to you. So you can either click on the blue button or click on Professional Portal, and that will change your screen and you'll be able to see the new option. So that's very exciting. All right. Hopefully, I keep refreshing the app, so hopefully that is working. When you do get into the career journey section, and I'll talk about the different pieces of the registry first, but when you get into the career journey section, that's really your registry account. So that's your personal information, your current place of employment, any of your previous employment history in the early childhood field, your education, so any degrees that you may have, including high school, goes in under education, any certifications you may have. So if you have your director's credential, your ECPC, your FCCPC, your CDA, those all go under your certifications, first aid training, those sort of items. And then professional development is where all of your trainings are going. So anything that would have earned you in-service hours, CEUs, or your college classes. So if you're taking college classes, maybe haven't finished your degree yet or have a degree in another field but have ECE courses, you would want to add that under my professional development because all of that builds up to create your actual CSC Star Award. And we need that history to be able to calculate your award properly. So let's talk a little bit more about that, and then I'll pause a second for questions. So once you do get that information in there, and like I said, we do want as much as much of your current, your current employment is where you are currently, but your employment history, any previous employment, having that longevity in the field is actually tied to an award. So we do want your previous employment as well as, and I have another slide, but as well as your training. If you've never had an old registry account, we actually will take 10 years of your past training history. So we do ask you to upload those courses so that they can be counted towards your award calculation. If you've come from the old registry and we've imported, there is no limitation on the age of those classes. Everything that was verified in the old registry and imported into the new registry will count towards your your award. All right. Awesome. All right. So do currently, and we're still working out a little bit of the visuals, but currently once you do get into the registry and you go from the professional portal down to my professional development, you are able to download your transcript. So reviewing the courses and training history that you've been able to put into the system, you'll be able to generate a transcript currently, and if you need a certificate of membership, that feature is also available now in the registry. When you go on the landing page, you may see an option. You'll see an announcement that says you can email us if you want a certificate. You don't have to. You can currently generate a certificate. We're working out some of the visuals of that, but you can do it either way at the moment. You can either create your own certificate if you need it immediately, or you can send the Star Award team an email and we will generate a certificate for you. Magdalena put in, how far back does CSC go? So for the CSC Star Award, if you've never had a registry account, if you were never part of the old registry, we will take 10 years of your training history to count toward your CSC Star Award. The calculation towards that. If you had an old registry account and those trainings were verified, then that training just all counts. We don't have a time limitation on that. It's been verified by the registry, so we will continue to count that. Wonderful. Okay. So you do now have this feature. So when you go into the registry, you go to Professional Portal and My Professional Development, and you will see those two options there. This is not a feature that's available, I don't believe, within the app. So you would have to go onto a computer and go to the registry website to be able to generate your transcript and download your membership certificate. Okay. Those are newer features. So we're very excited to be able to offer those. The other piece of the registry is we do have organizational admins. So some of the administrators at your site, whether they be the director or an front desk administrator or your owner, we do ask that they have an organizational admin account. So I'll talk briefly on that. To be able to create your site administrator and have organizational admin, because we do ask for you as a administrator of the facility to verify that the staff are currently employed with you. So you are maintaining a staff roster. To be able to set that up, you don't necessarily have to have a whole registry account, but we do ask that you at least complete your My Information and your place of employment information. With that, you're able to move through, and we'll be able to set you up as an organizational admin. So you don't necessarily have to go through and add all of your history as an organizational admin unless you want to, which we would love to have. But at a minimum, if you have an administrator that needs to get in, we do need those first two fields. And then we will assign you as an organizational admin. As an organizational admin, you are required to maintain the staff roster. And in doing so, you actually can invite your staff to join up for the registry. So you can send them an email. So when you go in and your account is created and we've made you a site or an organizational admin, which if you want to be the organization, if you're supposed to be the organizational admin and you don't have access to Program Portal, when you log into the registry, please contact the support team, because that's something that we need to add to your account. So you will see the sort of teal colored button that says Program Portal. And then within there, you have the option you'll be able to see the staff roster, which is where you need to go to verify the staff that are working at your site so that they can be eligible for the award. Because without the verification of you as their employer, then they're not eligible for the Star Award longevity. Okay. So if you need that and it's missing, please reach out to the team and I'll have the contact information at the end, but we would want to get that onto your account. Okay. I did see a question from Dwayne. So the name of the app within Apple Play Store or Google Play Store is actually CSC Star Award. It's the logo. It's got the little stars that go up. It's very cute. So if you just plug in the search CSC Star Award, you should see it's a little blue. It says CSC star, and then it's got some stars going up into the air, different colored stars. So you should be able to download that from both Apple App Store and Google Play Store. I don't have Apple, so I know it works on Google. Awesome. All right. So once you are in the program portal as an administrator, you'll see the option to invite staff. You will enter their email. They'll get an email. Whoops. I apologize. And then they can go from that link and create their registry account if they haven't already done so. So that is one way. They can go directly to the website or they can go through the app. So we can do that. Your job as a administrator is to verify their employment. And Shannon, I saw your question. I will get back with you on that because it's going to be probably, I can take care of that for you. I just will put you on my to-do list and we'll get you done. You're welcome. So to verify employment's simple. Once you see the name of the staff member on your roster, you click on the three little buttons on the far right-hand side, and then a new screen opens up and you're able to verify. We're just looking that you're verifying that that person's employment date is correct and that their status is correct, that they are their type of employment, their date. If someone leaves you and they're no longer with you, so much like you update QPS, this does not have to be done monthly, but we would ask that you go in on a regular basis and sort of review your staff roster and deactivate anyone or take them out if they're no longer active with you. Okay. And we'll send out more about that as we go forward. So that's the registry. That's what the registry looks like. That's available now for Seek. I cannot give you a lot of details on Seek. The help, if you go into the registry and you go to the main page, when you go in under help, is actually the Seek Scholarship Eligibility Guide. You're able to download that. I do know it is accepting applications. So if you are looking to apply for Seek, you have staff looking to apply for Seek, the app is working. So you're able to submit your applications now. If you have more questions about Seek or you need assistance, please reach out to the Palm Beach State College support team. Zach and his team will help you the same as they always have for Seek scholarship questions. And I can get you that number if you need it, but they're still available to support you with Seek. It's just all in one place now, which is pretty cool. The other piece of the registry is the CSC Star Award. So CSC Star Awards, the application's actually, like I said, on the registry welcome page when you log in, or you can download the app. And now you also have the Seek within the registry website. You do have to have your current employment verified to be eligible for a CSC Star Award. The CSC Star Award is available to applicants every 6 months from the date of your last approved application. So those of you that may have already done the application, if you're like, ooh, what's going on? You can go into your award and it will now give you the date of the next time that you can apply. But the registry is open for you, and we encourage you to add classes if you're taking classes or have done training, which we know you all have to do 10 hours every year. We encourage you to go back into the registry and add that training history to your account. And then when the Star Award opens up again in 6 months from your last approval application date, your history will be there and that will count now towards your award and may actually increase your award, as well as your longevity. So if you've just hit just under a year or 2 years with your current employer, now that the more time has gone by, that too will now show that your longevity award may increase, or the amount of time that you've been in the field would increase, and your class score may increase. So registry open for additional documentation, the Star Award every 6 months. Okay. Again, we're taking the 10 years, and then most of our training agencies are approved as training agencies. So we're accepting training from Palm Beach State College, ELC, Anybody that has accreditation, Gold Seal accreditation trainings, we're taking curriculum trainings, Teachstone. We're going to be adding Lutheran services. So if you take Lutheran services trainings, we'll be able to add those onto your account pretty soon. DCF, all the DCF trainings are there. So please add to your account. And as you do it, throughout the year, it will not be too crazy and you'll be able to get those on. So, okay. And then the class score is for the individual. It's not the composite score for your site. So it is calculated on your individual breakdown of the observations. And we do go back 2 years. So even if you haven't been assessed at your current employer, you're currently working, but you had an assessment last year at your last employer, that assessment will actually count towards your star award. So even though you may not have been assessed yet, if it's been within 2 contract years, it could still count towards your award. Okay. Hopefully I don't have anybody in the waiting room. That was really weird. Okay. Any questions? I did see one question. So I'm going to fix Shannon. I'm going to fix your account. Andrea, should you be an organizational admin? Is that what you're saying? It says role not set. You're looking at the roles of the staff. We can talk about it. Okay. All right. It is possible that that's okay. I'm not sure exactly. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown of the awards and their calculations for the amount of longevity, the class assessment, and the trainings, your educational levels and trainings, just so that you have it. This is available on our website, and I'll show you that website, show you what that looks like also. And this document is available there for download as well. But as you go into the STAR Award, it actually will give you a calculation of what the potential is. So if you're not seeing anything for class assessment, but you've been recently assessed and it's not showing up, please reach out. Don't submit your application yet. Reach out to the team so that we can find out why the assessment's not showing. If you have more training and that's not calculating, and you're not seeing it in your history, but you had an old registry account, please reach out to the team, and they will help you with that piece as well. If you haven't added anything, but we know, that you've been doing some trainings, please take the time to add those on. Those will increase your award. Like I said, this is available on our website, but I will show you where it is. So did I miss a slide? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. And then this is the CSC Star, our support team is available at 214-8000. Press 2 and then 5, and you will get that team. Or you can email them. They have a bulk email, so that's available to anyone, and they answer that on a regular basis. cscstar.award@elcpalmbeach.org. I am going to go out of the PowerPoint. Let me stop that, and I will take you to our website. So if you go to, let me go back to share. If you do go to the ELC website, elcpalmbeach.org, oops. When you're on there, if you go to providers, right under providers is CSC Star Award. And on this site is more information about the registry and getting signed up, as well as the role for the organizational admins. And then the application guide, the levels and eligibility, our handbook, our terms and conditions, all of those documents are available for you here to download. And when I send out the email with the recording, I will include the levels and eligibility document. Jesse, I saw you asked that. We'll get that out to you and we can, that's available to you. All right, so that's my presentation. I am happy to answer any questions. Mr. Dowdell, can you please fix Planet Genesis Learning Zone? What do you need fixed?
Just call the number on your screen to speak with a licensed administration.
What do you need? Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are
The
you?
only thing I need to fix is how to put him in and his longevity.
Okay. All right. I'll have to take a look. I don't want to broadcast all your info on screen,
Okay.
so I will
Okay.
take a look and I'll give you a call back. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to hear from you. I just love seeing you guys in person. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yes. Yes, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. What else can I help with? Okay, good. Let's see. Let me get out of there. For teachers that have left and then came back, when does the date? Oh, that's a great question. Thank you. So we do count the way that the award is set up is that we are asking for the first date that that teacher started working at your site. Would count towards longevity. So if you did have somebody who had a leave of absence, we could potentially go back to when they first started with you. They're really putting that date in and you're verifying it. If you feel that there's too big of a gap, I mean, with licensing, it's only 90 days, right? And then they have to start the processes over again. So if it does been a longer time, then I would put the date they most recently started with you. That's a good question because I don't know that we've talked about that as if we've had staff come and leave and come back. We do ask that. That's the slide I'm missing. Where was I missing that slide? Ah, this is the one. I knew I had one. I apologize. Hold on one second. I'm like, I thought I put something together here. Yep. Where'd it go? Let me come out. I got too many things open. Current slide. There we go. I apologize. Hold on one sec. Let me just share this one really quick. There we go. So as far as eligibility for the STAR Award, it is for teachers or educators or people who are working supporting classroom instruction for preschool children ages birth to 5. As an employer, to be eligible working at that site, your employer must have a school readiness contract, be part of Early Head Start or Head Start, or have Title I funding. So your employer has to be eligible for you to be eligible for the award, and you do have to be working at least 30 hours and earning $25 an hour or less to qualify for the award. So that's eligibility requirements. There are the 4 award criteria, them being 2 of longevity, 1 for how long that person's been in the field, and 1 for how long they've been with their current employer. So as an employer, that's a benefit you're offering your staff. The longer they stay with you, the higher amount of their award, their level of education, and their class assessment score. So better on class, better for you as an employer, for your subsidy payments, your QPI payments, better for the applicant or your educator because a higher award is being paid to them as well. What sort of documentation we need is their most recent paycheck stub for their current employer. For the previous employment history, so time that they've been working in the field of early childhood, we do ask for either their DCF background screening clearance letter, which would show, both pages that show that history at the bottom. But if that history is missing, if it was never put into DCF, because that's a relatively new clearinghouse feature, we can take the attachment G or that 5-year history reference form that they did when they got hired with you, as long as you filled it out. So you as the educator have gone in and verified that person's employment history. If you give a copy of that document to the applicant when they do their previous employment and they add on that document to show that they worked at those other locations. Copies of any certifications, FCCPC, CDA, ECPC, director's credential, those sort of things. Professional development training certificates, in-service CEUs and college level classes. And then we do actually offer the CSC Star Award does actually have a direct deposit payment available if that is something that someone would want rather than a check put in the mail. we would need a copy of a voided check, or when you do direct deposit through your bank, normally you're able to generate like a form that has the person's name, the routing, and account number for their accounts. That would have to be added to their file for direct deposit to be set up. So that's sort of the documentation that's needed. And we do have a couple getting started documents that we have some of that information on, but I'll go back to questions. So I don't know how I skipped this slide. I guess it went missing somewhere. Okay. So let me see. Tried changing someone a few months back and it defaulted back to their original date of hire, but she's left for about a year. Kelly, let's talk offline about that one. We can see what we can do. It's probably between the registry and the Wells system and the QPS system. So we may need to make a couple changes, but I can talk to you if you want to give myself or the CSC Star Ward team a call. We can take a look at that individual's record. Marjorie, I'm new to the admin team. I'll log if any questions. Oops. I need help, I'll reach out to team. Thank you. That's great. So if Marjorie, you need access as an organizational admin, you may not already be listed in the portal or something along those lines, and we need to give you access. Please let us know, and we can add that in for you. Okay. Mary, good question. If you're reapplying and haven't had your taxes done yet. So we're still working on that process for family childcare homes. If you're using last year's taxes still, the 2004, I still am working on that process. If your application's already open, you can go forward with last year's taxes, but if it's pending, we may look at changing that a little bit. If you have questions for family childcare homes, Ashley is available to assist you directly. She's happy to help you figure out your hourly wage using your taxes. We have a form, and she's happy to help you do those calculations because it's based on your earnings as well as how many hours you're actually offering services are open for children. So she's happy to figure out that hourly calculation. So we'll get that done. Until each year when we're reassessed, one or more of our classrooms are not assessed. Correct. So if you got onto that, there is the possibility that because the school readiness program does only require that half of your program be assessed for the contract, there is a possibility that you may have teachers who are not assessed or haven't been assessed. We are working on a feature within the registry where if that person would like to be assessed, an informal assessment, they can submit a request. And then that assessment, they would schedule that, come out, do the assessment, and then that score would be able to be calculated for that person to include the assessment onto there. So yes, we are working on that feature. We're hoping to have that relatively soon so that they can submit that request. Once we have that feature, it'll be a twofold. One, if your assessment score is missing, or the second option would be if you actually want to be assessed because you have not been assessed. You will not be able to use that just because they're not happy with the score. It would only be because there has been no assessment done within the past 2 years. So we're still working out the details, but that is a feature that's coming pretty soon. We're happy to offer. Let me go back to this. I will email out. Yes. Any other questions? Anything else I can help with? Thoughts, issues from staff? This is for you guys. I will request it be posted on our YouTube channel so it is available to you. Miss Kareem, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Christina?
Nice to see you.
Thank you. I have a question. If a
Sure.
teacher have credits, college credits in another field, in another country, can download it?
So we do accept ECE college classes towards the award. So if they have early childhood education classes if they're from another country, we ask that they have that you do credential verification. So you can use Seek to get their transcripts evaluated by an evaluation agency. And then those, if they've evaluated it and they say it's equivalent, so they do the equivalency. If they show them the class and they say, oh, this class is equivalent to this class in the United States. So they took whatever, and they say, oh, that's an early childhood education class equivalency in the United States, then we would just want that equivalency document. It is an evaluation that's done, but SEEK does have a scholarship to help people pay for that. So you can have the staff apply for the SEEK scholarship and have the evaluation done through, they use a company in Miami, Joseph Silney, I think, to do the evaluation. That make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Class scores will be active for 2 years. Correct. So yes, we do take 2 contract years. So right now we're going back, we're in the 25-26 contract year, 24-25, and then it starts to rotate. So it won't be the whole of 23-24. It starts to kind of move past the year as we move through the year. So yes, it is 2 years of the class score. So a new teacher could potentially apply depending on what they have done. So if they're brand new and they haven't done any training and they haven't been with you for at least a year, and they haven't had a class score, there isn't much of an award. We would love to have them sign up through the registry. But if they're newly hired to you and they already have their 45 hours, they already have their CDA, then absolutely their education counts towards an award. They may not get a longevity with you yet as their employer, but they may have longevity in the field. So we certainly would love to have them part of the registry because that's how they're going to sign up for trainings and seek scholarship. And they can start their CSC Star Award and see where it lands, but it really is kind of dependent on their history. Brand spanking new, never worked in childcare before, they may not get much of anything. But anyone coming to you new that may have some experience or some training from other agencies or out of country or another area could potentially earn, yes, an award. Great question. Thank you. I don't know why people have little, maybe you asked a question. Why do you have little ones above your name? There we go. If I click on it, I find out. Audrey asks, is this the same award you all gave out last year? It is not a yearly award. This is actually brand new. Last year, we had a mini grant and we've had ARPA funding in the past. So the CSC Star Award is brand new. It did start last year, started in the summer, but it is eligible for anyone to apply for every 6 months. So for 6 months from your last approval date, you're able to submit a new application and get another payment. So if you earned $2,000 the last time around, it's potentially $2,000 or even higher on your next payment amount. So every 6 months, you could be earning that same award or higher, depending on what you have in your work history as well as your education. A bachelor's degree in business does not count. It is degrees in the early childhood field as far as an award. It would be considered an out-of-field degree. If you've done a bachelor's degree in business but gone on and taken ECE classes at the college or other colleges, and that does potentially change your award. So you would want to individually put in the classes that you've taken in ECE if your degree is out of field. Okay. It says teachers have to work 30 hours minimum to be eligible. If we have a VPK assistant who works less than 30 hours, will she be eligible for the class award? So it's not class, it's the CSC Star Award. To be eligible for the CSC Star, they do have to work a minimum of 30 hours and earn $25 an hour or less. So there is a minimum to the work requirement. Class.
It is only for the preschool kids from 0 to 5 or include the after school kids?
It is only for your teachers working with the preschool, birth to 5.
Okay.
Yep, that's who's eligible. So, Lisa, no, class is observed every year. When you have a center, only half of your program. So if you have two two-year-old classes, only one of those classes is observed for class assessment every year. So it is possible that some educators working in the field may not have been assessed because their classroom didn't get picked this year because only half of their program is assessed. But as a family childcare home, and if you don't have multiple classrooms of the same age, every class is being assessed under school readiness. Every VPK, I'm sorry, every VPK class is assessed, but school readiness as a family childcare home, you're assessed every year. And if you have multiple age classrooms, then only half of those are required to be assessed. Oh, that was confusing. I apologize. Thank you. Good question, though. Okay. Anything else? Any other thoughts? If I confused you on anything? A couple of people to get back to. Your generation and Shannon, I'm going to take care of you. We're here for you. So I did keep this at the 1 o'clock range. I heard sort of through the grapevine that this was a good time. Have you had any teachers ask to be able to come on at a different time, or I'm going to try and do one at least once a month. Is there a time that would work better for anyone? Feel free to let me know if you think there's something that would work a little bit easier. I'm happy to do an evening or a weekend session if necessary. Or we are actually looking at the possibility if you have staff meetings and would like someone to come and talk about it, we can offer that service as well. Is home daycare assessment different than a regular preschool? It's not necessarily different. It's what happens when you have a family childcare home and you get a class assessment is we do take the majority of the ages of your children. So
This time is great.
oh, good. That's good to hear. Thank you. It isn't necessarily different except for the fact that you don't have a breakdown of classrooms. So at a center, you may have, like I said, 3 4-year-old classrooms or 2 3-year-old classrooms or 3 2-year-old classrooms, that sort of thing. When you have a family childcare home, you don't have that breakdown. So your whole program is assessed, but using the tool that is based on the majority of the children in your program. So that's the difference predominantly. And Katie, thank you too, that this is a good time. All right, wonderful. I will keep it. How many children in the home have to be assessed? So when you are a newly contracted provider with us, you can technically be exempt from program assessment up until the point that 20% of your enrollments are funded by school readiness. So as a family childcare home, I think that's 3. So once you get 3 children who are school readiness funded enrolled with you, you're no longer exempt and they will schedule an assessment to come out to your site. Once you are no longer exempt, then you don't get to go back to being exempt later on unless you have no enrollments at all. But they will continue to assess you based on the fact you have a school readiness contract. So they will, depending on, I don't do assessments directly. So it is possible that if you only have one student and they come out to do the assessment that they can't do it because there's not enough interaction or if everybody's out sick that day, they can't do it, but they would look to reschedule it. So my recommendation is to work with that team. That's Victoria and Julianne with the program assessment team. They can give you more information. So thank you. All right. Any other questions I can help with? They're all really great. Good conversations to have. Oh, good. Charmaine's been typing. Okay. If the children are private paid, Kimberly, then if you don't have any school readiness children funded by us, then it's possible you're still exempt and you wouldn't be assessed yet. If you'd like to be assessed and want to request that, that is a possibility, but you may still be exempt at this point. So Charmaine says, I know that we can apply for a star after the 6 months. Is it possible for us to apply in the 5th month due to the repeated pushback that we received in the first application and just got our funds after the 6-month mark? So hopefully we've worked out many of the kinks. The system is set to default as of the 6 months per the calendar. The application will reopen. Our second round of applications go much quicker because there's not as much to verify. So it should move faster. I don't have a way to change that. It's a system default that's set up to open at the 6-month mark. But you do get an email letting you know when it is open, and you're able to go in that same day and submit your application. And we're working through those. We have noticed that they are moving considerably quicker, as long as we, have what we need as far as a recent paycheck stub or income. And then, depending on how much educational work you've done. Thank you. I will stop sharing. Awesome. Get out of here. Anything else I can support with? Anything from the team they want to? So you said that Nadine says if a teacher is taking classes, will they be updated? So at this point, there is no direct link between the classes and the registry. Your teacher would have to go in and add them to their educational history. As we start to build out the training calendar, when they take a class that they've signed up through the registry and that class is finished, then that would automatically get imported onto their registry account. But that feature is a newer feature that we're still constructing. So right now, and DCF does not link at all. So if they've taken classes through DCF, they would need to add those DCF classes into the registry for them to count. But like I said, in the future, as we build out the training calendar, any training that they take through that calendar would automatically get uploaded into their registry account. So right now, it is a manual process for the teacher to upload. But the registry remains open, so they're able to go in at any point that they finish the class and add those in. And then when the 6-month window opens again for the STAR Award, then those will be in the background for them already there. So they don't have to add it twice. Good question. No, thank you. Nice. We can apply for scholarships. I know. It is kind of nice, right? It's all in one spot. So that is pretty cool. I don't have any control over Teach. But we certainly can let people that bigger than me that do that sort of work, let them know what you're interested in. I have no control over Teach at all, but thank you for the suggestion. If Kemley, I know you're a newer site. What's your site name? And I'll take a look and get back to you because I don't want to poorly advise you. I know that you're newer and I want to make sure that we're talking about the right thing. Busy bees. All right. I will look over your account and I will reach out to you this afternoon so that I can get you your answers. Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Anything else? Any other thoughts? Any other supports I can supply you with that would be helpful for your staff? Yes, Kareem. What can I do for you? No. No. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's nice to see you. All right. This is, like I said, this is purely Q&A. So if you don't have any more questions or you're good, feel free to drop off. Like I will send an email out with the recording. If I don't have any more questions, I'll end. But I'm happy to be able to support you And hopefully you enjoy the rest of this beautiful week. And if you need anything else, we are here for you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Nice to see you all. Bye-bye.